Hello everyone and welcome to the map El Dorado. Joining me here for today's highlight viewer submitted matches. The bottom left corner, the red command center belonging to ESAP Toner. ESAP Toner. Printer ink made from tree sap. That's what I'm going with. It's a sap toner instead of inkjet. Wow, they are mad at that probe. And their Protoss opponent, wielder of blue probes here, the bottom right belongs to Edward. Thank you for the very easily pronounceable and understandable name. If it is your, own name, then that raises a lot of questions, but we're here to watch and enjoy, I suppose, not ask questions. Both of these players here, starting off things looking oddly normal, oddly usual. Most absurd thing so far is that the Terran player actually pulled the SCV off of the probe. What? Has this Terran not been hurt before? I'm sorry, they know you're Protoss, right? For real. Okay, I gotta turn that down just a little bit. There we go. Alright, we're back. The probe taking the longest route possible back around the map is going to wind up getting back home at the exact second the Reaper. Which means the Reaper is going to be very successful, albeit in revealing himself and his presence to the Protoss. In case you weren't sure, this is an employee entrance over here into the natural. Reaper confirming that for me. New map, of course. I love El Dorado. Having seen it, having played on it, now this is probably one of my favorites. I would say top 2 in the pool currently. I think probably Ley Lines is still winning for me, but this one's quality map. I must say I enjoy it. So far, we've got double gate opener from the Protoss, Nexus on the low ground, the Terran slapping that command center down lickety-split, and that's the technical term, of course. He's going to get that base up and running a fair bit quicker. Looks like they're going to opt for the Widow Mine drop play, I'm assuming, based on the Stargate. The severe lack of add-on on the barracks is concerning me, but they're focused on the Widow Mine. Okay. On the other side, the Protoss going for a Stargate choice, and likewise a severe lack of rally points from the gates, but I have to forgive them because in about 2 seconds, they're not going to be able to even put rally points on them. And that's how Protoss roll. Like, what's rally point? My gate just goes wherever I'm looking at this pylon, right? Adepts and a Stalker gonna head across the other side here. Both forces, they were looking at the Stalker lost the motivation, the will to continue his existence. The Adepts are going to shade into the natural. SCV is gonna be quickly pulled. This is so not enough Marines though. Well, I guess it is if the SCVs help out, or the Adepts are just really scared. While this is going on, I don't know if you're watching the minimap. I know I see it. That medevac is boosting right into the Protoss main base here. Widow Mines will be dropped. Protoss. Really? Oh, that one was a better hit. Okay, total Widow Mine damage. Give it a second. Oh, the third one's not going to get anything done. No. Just pull one probe. Just one probe. Just give him one to eat. No? There you go. That's what you're supposed to do. The Zealots will clean it up. Widow Mine still here at the natural. The third, total damage. Actually, not too bad. 10 probes, I would say. Did they lose the medevac? They did not lose the medevac, which I would say is a pretty key point in trying to determine how worthwhile it was. I am not sure where the medevac went. Oh, here it is. It's hanging out with the Marines. Health insurance for all Marines, they say. All 6 of them. 5. We don't even have 6. Okay, they finally did find their add-ons. They're working on those upgrades. Stim +1. Really should have a second tech lab. Get the combat shields going, but we'll get there. We'll get there. The Protoss hitting the magical probe count of 35 is going to unleash their gateway explosion. And you're like, Indigos, that sounds a little low. You are correct, my friend. That is a little low usually for the gateway explosion. Usually we like to see that hit maybe 55 to 60 even before you have the production really added on, kicking into gear. But this Protoss, they're coming in here with a very particular plan. And this plan involves a fleet beacon. So we're just going to leave that open there. Oracle flies into the main base, picks off a few SCVs. Decent pull time on the Terran player, though. They're definitely aware. They're definitely watching. The issue right now is their lack of combat units and the decision to bring the siege tank back to fight against the Oracle. We'll forgive them for that, though, because I'm sure it was a bit of a panic. There was any amount of damage being dealt to the main base mineral line. The lack of turrets, though, like, is this not a metal league? This feels platinum. This feels very plat so far. Which, okay, we have one missile turret in the natural mineral line. We could duplicate that. We just copy, Control C, and then you move your mouse over here, you Control V right here in the main base one, and that would solve a lot of the problems. At least the problems that are out currently. Because we're about to have a whole nother set of problems. And those problems rhyme with the mothership related problems. Okay, and I don't know if you've had to deal with any mothership in-laws recently. The holiday times are coming up. I know we're all going to have to gather up the courage, go and visit them. Have to, make sure you bring a gift, whether it's edible or not. I would say definitely go with an edible gift, probably something chocolate, cocoa related, because motherships, they deserve it. Okay, they've been through a lot the past few years. The wars against the Zerg and the Terrans and Amon's shenanigans. They need all the love, all the support that we can give them. And if they don't get it, I'm sure they will recall every wrong thing you have ever done, and they will use it against you. The Tempest as well, a choice. I think a solid choice. What else have we got here? Not a whole lot else. The Terran's actually moving across the other side of the map at this point. A decent stasis work placement. Will this come into play? This Terran, the shields aren't done yet. +1 armor's not done either. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Wow. The timing on that scan. Okay, siege tank number 2 is going to be set up. Byun, why would you fight? Why would you fight right now? You have only half your army. Oh my gosh, the mothership cloak is initiated. Look at the multi-attack beams. They're just going right after the siege tank, the bio. She will be brought low though, but doing all the necessary damage I think she needed to. Most of the bio forces have fallen. There's still 2 tanks left here. Tanks will be enough to anchor the position. These zealots without charge, slow lots. The Tempest flying a bit too close to the Marines. Siege tank driving a bit too close to the slow zealots here. Focusing it down, they will get the siege tank, which is, I think, a massive win for the defense here. Without the siege tanks, the Terran is going to lose a lot of their anchor, their strength in the siege attack. I know it makes perfect sense when I say it out loud. Archons being warped in, merged, combined, summoned. Nope. The one Viking up against the Tempest may actually go the Vikings' way. Oh my word, it goes the Vikings' way. The Viking is successful bringing down the Tempest. The Archons trying to work down the Marauders. The medevac healing is just too strong though. We're gonna lose the Nexus to 2 Marauders and a Marine. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. The complete lack of that mid-game tech. I'm referring to blink or charge. Before you go up into the late game stuff, you know, like Tempest or Storm. Storm is an arguable choice because Storm can be very mid-game. If you choose it as like your first splash damage option, you can get it out pretty quick. But no, instead we're going for a Mothership and Tempest at this point instead of just tried and true time 1 battles with blink and charge. And now we're getting it. They were charging a little too high for you a couple minutes ago, huh? Okay. Storm is going to complete, at least, and our Templar count is at a whopping 1, but we do have the energy overcharge used, defense initiated. The Marines going to charge their way right up. Unintended. Decent Storm goes out, takes out both of the medevacs, which is going to be quite devastating, I think, to the Terran forces. They come over to the third base, hoping to probably destroy a replacement Nexus. That replacement is not going to be found. Because I can't lose my Nexus if I never rebuild it, can't I? Yes. Perfect logic, my dear viewer. Terran, what are you doing back at home? Like, tell me you've been doing something while all this is going on. Focusing on a lot of barracks. Where is our troops? We're getting more barracks, okay. Are we going to add on something like Ghosts? Do we have an academy? We do have a Ghost Academy. Somewhere. Here it is. We actually do have a Ghost Academy. It feels like a little ambitious of a choice, though. Oh god, we're getting Ghost Cloak, too. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I mean, my thought is ghosts are logically, you know, the correct answer. On paper, things are looking like they should go the Terran's way. However, there's a lot of room for differences between life and paper, is there not? Terran's actually moving out again a little quicker than I expected. We're Ghost Cloak is going to be 3/4 of the way done. No ghosts, of course, yet produced. We're going to try to get this done once again with Marines, Marauders, and Vikings, and we're not afraid to die trying. The Protoss added on, looks like a few more Templar, a few more Tempests, not to be confused, despite their starting initials. Oh my gosh, the Storms! At least split. Come on. If you don't... I understand if you don't want to get the ghosts out here, it's fine. Okay, I personally struggle with using ghosts myself as well. However, at least split the forces. And there's other tech choices we could make. Something like Liberators, siege tanks even. Just make more double factory siege tank. They don't have to care about storms as much. Liberators, I think, are the solid choice for dealing with that. The issue, of course, is the Tempest already here, already in position. The Marine's going to stem forward yet again, dealing with some of the Zealots. The splash damage is so good. God, the Storms are dealing way too much damage. We keep stemming and just running right through the Storms. That hurt. Oh man, that hurt to watch. At least split them off. Send a group over here to destroy the Nexus. Form a bit of a blockade. Figure out what else your opponent's doing. The race, the faction with the most drop potential in this Protoss here has got a bingo base here behind all of the mineral walls. They did mine this out. Of course, you want to see what it looks like on the other side. It's supposed to look like this. Protoss already took care of that though. Okay, we are making the choice to add on ghosts. Will it be successful? We'll see, I suppose. Time will tell. Speed it up a little bit just while they're macroing, I suppose. The replacement Mama ship here. The first one gave her life in support, in service of the defense, and did rather well, I will say. Broke most of it. The Protoss is actually the one to move out. What? Why? 69 probes, very nice. Charge Zealot's gonna commit. Just let the Terran know. Hello, I'm here. EMPs, no. They're... What? Okay, no ghosts. Mr. Toner, Mr. Printer Ink here. No ghosts. Oh my word. Absolutely no ghosts. Okay. Mr. Toner, if you're watching this, Liberators or Siege Tanks. I'd even accept Thors at this point. Okay. Storms go out yet again, and the damage is just devastating. The amount of storms. The entire army is gone. The Mr. Toner, the Terran, with a very appropriate, apt ending to that match. Yes. Very choice words for the weather this day on El Dorado. Well done to the Protoss, of course, and happy to see the defense holding. Choices for the mothership, well, of course, with the new patch coming out. Energy Overcharge helping out with the High Templar. The Tempest making appearance. Mothership doing quite well. Oh my gosh, that hurt right in the Terran. That is not all for today, though, folks. Onwards now to the next match. The second match of the day will be played on the map Undercurrent, a 2v2 match here. A team game, sure, to be filled with chaos and the like. Here, team number 1, the bottom left corner, red Protoss probes. It is Speedy Rogue. Their blue Zerg ally, with an overlord not quite sure yet where they belong. It is Knight. Night, I know. Their opponents here, team number 2, the light pink Zerg drones. It is Paprika. And wrapping it all up, a purple Terran, the SCVs belonging to Pigo. Zergling portraits all around? Really? Wait, 3? No. Oh, we've got one imposter here. Zerg with the carrier portrait. You must be a Protoss player normally, I'm sure. Alright, 2v2 map. I'm not familiar, of course, at all with the maps, but the team game chaos, I'm sure, will become apparent soon enough. Both of them. The Terrans got the most aggressive setup so far, opting for Reapers, which, at least they're not proxied. I'd say probably fine. They've got a ping. Oh, this is blue. Blue is pinging all around. They must be communicating, and blue is opting to try to get their ally to actually look somewhere, to make a point, make a case for whatever argument they're trying to build. Purple's Reapers are going to go across. Everybody's going for quick expansion style plays here. The Reapers do get past the not wall just yet. Red Protoss Stalkers here, ready to help out, not able to jump up though. That's a severe weakness of the Protoss, not quite as agile as they would like to be, I'm sure. Got to work on their stretches, get in that Protoss yoga. The battery gonna warp in at the front. The Stalker will be unsuccessful in hunting down the Reapers. They will get away. They will be able to fight another day. Behind this, their ally. What has Pink been doing while their purple ally's been buying them this time? They slapped down very quick triple hatch, I would say, just droning up. I did see some chat in a language that I'm not 100% familiar with, but thanks to the invention of context clues, I'm going to go with mutas are important, and they're making spores. And that's probably all I need to know to get enough of a conversation going, because, hey, look, spores. And, hey, look, a lair. They're probably going to go for mutas. Hey, look, a spire. Wow, good job, Indigos, using those context clues. 5th grade English teacher would be proud. The Reaper's still causing a bit of havoc, bit of shenanigans. The Stalker count is growing rather substantially, though. Is Red going for a Blink-flavored play? They do not yet have a Twilight Council, which if they're going to get it, I mean, they can anytime. They've got a Cyber Core down. No pylons in the main base. That surprises me. And they're probably feeling it right now with that supply block. I'm sure they wish they had some semblance of pylon already there. Blue going for their lair now, timing. Macro hatch galore. Where's the other one? Oh, well, that's not a macro hatch. Okay, they're actually going for a third base. How respectable. Red stalkers. No blink, but full of confidence. Out in the middle of the map here. Purple reapers still ready to go. Cause a bit of damage, a bit of chaos. Spire is just about done, which is going to quickly result in mutas, I would say, I would hope. Yes, mutas on the way now. This is why this was set to Indigos. Look at my mutas. Look how epic I control them. And I go, yeah, that's a bold move. It's a bold move, my pink friend. Reaper's checking around for bingo bases galore. I like the choice, actually. They know what can happen in team games very commonly. Mutas hit the playing field here. Count, what are we looking at? 5, 7 mutas. Not enough, I think, and especially not enough to actually stop this attack. Both red and blue are ready. Sloaches, excuse me. They do not have their glial reconstitution just yet. The Sloaches moving across the other side of the map. The mutas make their move and then quickly retreat as fast as they can, and then they get distracted by the Nexus because here they're trying to do attack moves back at home. Gotta take out those stalkers. At least without the stalkers, the mutas can help out, can fight against the roaches. However, we're running into the ZVZ conundrum. Yes, mutas do counter roaches, but how much damage will the roaches do in the meantime? And so far, they are doing a lot of damage. That is one drone line cleared. The depot is not going to be raised. The siege tank will be targeted down now. And the roaches go after the Terran's mineral line. The bunker at the natural will hold that ground, it looks like. They'll be successful in that. Muta's able to clean everything up. Now, they did pull the mutas back home, though, to deal with this. And this is what I tell people. If you're somebody that struggles with mutas, guess what? It's because you're trying to fight the mutas. The mutas, if they're on your side of the map, guess where they're not? On his side of the map. So if you see a bunch of mutas and you can't fight them, your example ZVZ, you got a bunch of roaches, send them across. Make him deal with your roaches instead of your drones. Seems like a fair trade, in my opinion, while you get a real answer, legitimate counter up and running. The mutas, of course, dealing with that defense now. We're coming to do. This is the problem. You sent your forces across the other side, so the mutas have to deal with them. But what happens when the mutas come back? And they're angry now, of course, because they didn't want to go home. They wanted to just stay out all night long. No curfew, full shenanigans. But here we are, having to come due. Muta count at a whopping 11, 12 now, focusing down the pylons. The Protoss has the right idea here, really trying to make some Phoenix. We have nukes on the way. Excuse me. Don't mind if I do. Mutas continue to wreak havoc throughout the bases. The Zerg player has completed their Hydralisk den. The Hydra count at a whopping 11. They could threaten that base a little bit, force a response, but nothing too major. Nothing coming from that. Stargates woefully underpowered. There's a joke in there, I'm sure. You've got 4 Stargates? 3? 4? You've got 4. Oh my gosh, 4 Stargates. On how many probes? 42. A little ambitious, but I have to admire your confidence, I suppose. The mutas, once again, go out. Other side of the map here. Now it's the Zerg's turn. They're buying time for their ally. Unfortunately, their ally seems to be more focused on nukes than most other things. Their army, they do have a lot of Marines, I'll give them that. Making a bunch of Marines, but the focus, I think, is really coming down to the nukes. It's going to be a muta nuclear launch kind of game, I suppose. Nuketalisks. I'm trying to come up with a better combo, and it's just not working, so I think I'm going to have to abandon it. The Phoenix, trying to engage here. You really should get the Phoenix range if we're going to go this route. Quit flying them into the Mutas. This is the struggle, though. This is always that constant battle. The ZVP, where it's Muta versus Phoenix. I do kind of like it, personally, honestly. I like the engagement. I just feel like Mutas, they take too much to get a lot of value out of them in a real, legitimate setting. We are in a team game, of course, so there's, a few things that are kind of hats off the Ghost. Do it. Nuclear launch detected, the first of many, I'm sure, because this Terran player has 3 Ghost Academies currently. Time for the nuclear option. Tear down this wall, he says. Nuke number 2, he's going for it. Oh man, the infestation pit. Why is the infestation pit down here? Why would you put this in this much harm? This much exposure? Wow, that was a lot of damage. Infestation pit is gone. You could just finish those off with your snipe. They've only got 20 health. Basic attack, that one, my friend. Oh, we're gonna do it. Why would I finish it with my basic attack when I can finish it with a nuclear missile, Indigos? That's right. Good rebuttal. Fantastic statement. The Ghost feeling good about themselves, I'm sure. Spore Crawler comes up and running way too late. Got ultras making. I'm going to go with that is another language for I am making ultras. Great job, Indigos. Fantastic. Muy hablo bueno. Thank you. I know. That was terrible. I do speak a little Spanish. That was terrible on purpose. The Zerglings send themselves across here. They will find some of Purple's defenses. Purple has not been idle. They've not been focusing exclusively on nukes. They do have a decent-sized army now. The Marine count has doubled. Siege Tank, Marauder to help out. Ghost count at a whopping 12. Okay, Maru. Calm down now. Take it easy. Mutas fly into the base. They will get the Spore Crawler, couple drones, the Hydras, desperately trying to keep up the Phoenix. Also, desperately, how do you not have the upgrade yet? My dude, your fleet beacon is just now coming up? Oh my word. Okay, well the Terran's moving across, which is going to really complicate the matter. That Nexus is deleted rather quickly. What are your upgrades at? Just 1-1, huh? The Mutas are at 2-0, which is the most substantial upgrade we have so far on the map. The Phoenix and the Mutas continue to tear at each other. Nuke, launch detected. Multiple sides as well. Well done. The probes will evacuate. Oh, he gets the one in the gas. Second, over at the Zerg base, will fall. This one. Oh. Overseer, I was like, you can see them. Oh my gosh, the Banes. Most of the Banes are trapped behind the Hydralisks, which is going to really hurt their efficacy in this matter. Looks like it will still be enough. Both players working together. The Phoenix lifting up what they can. The Hydras dealing most of the damage, trying to deal with them. The Ghosts are still here, though. And I don't see any detection left over. This poor decorative siege tank all the way out in the sand. Building his own sand castle just so he can blow it up and feel better about himself. And the engagement is done. Nukes have fallen. How are we looking resource-wise? Red has definitely taken the bulk of the losses. The Phoenix count lost is 26. They currently have 6, so that was rather devastating. I'm not sure why they're making triple Oracle at this point. Maybe for detection, maybe to help out. Stasis Ward is woefully ineffective against air units, but don't tell Protoss that. I'm sure they'll get that changed in the next patch too. Have you shut down Mutas with Stasis Ward. The Phoenix count reduced to a magnificent 0 for the Zerg. I'm sure they're feeling good about that. Able to rest, let the Mutas heal up. Everybody is licking their wounds at this point. Both Zerg players are opting for Ultras. What's the count going to be? Looks like Blue is going to have more. Blue is also going to have an upgrade advantage, at least for just a little bit of time. 2-2 plus chitinous, really done at this point, which is going to be quite helpful, I think, for the roughly 12 Ultralisks that will be on the field. You can speed it up a little bit. Everybody really doing quite well. The long, healthy macro game setting. We've got a lot of bases all around. The Zergs got their healthy drone counts. 96 drones for blue. That might be a little bit much, my friend. The Ultras engaging nukes are going to be launched in the background. We will focus on the Ultras for now, though. That upgrade advantage really coming in handy. Chitinous is not done for pink. Snipes go out. The Ghost will be here. We get to catch the explosion. The probes were already moved, though, so they will be safe. Purple steps up to the plate to throw away their Marines against the Ultralisks. Ultras are good against Marines, guys. Definitely not the ideal way to fight them. The Mutas are here to help out, though. The Mutas, with their attack upgrades, should be plenty fine to deal with this. Ghost, finding out what it's like to be on the wrong end of the Ultralisk. The Phoenixes are over here picking up siege tanks instead of fighting the Mutas. Okay. Which means the Ultras are going to be lost against the Mutas, but also, somehow the Phoenix are going to be lost against the Ghosts. They were here for long enough to do enough damage that a missile turret got to be made in the mineral line. Okay, what Ghost skin is this? I like this. I'll have to look this up. I don't remember specifically this one. I love the color of the lines. It looks like they got a Tron suit on. Stasis ward put down and destroyed just as quickly. The Phoenix count is about to hit the magical number of 0 again, which is going to make for some very happy 9 Mutas. The 9 Mutas are not really being replaced at this point. They're both going for Ultralisks, really. The Hydra count from blue is certainly going to come in handy, though. The Ultras just have to serve as a front line, just as a bulk shield. Tank some of that damage. The Hydras can dish it out. And blue looking to really secure their upgrade advantage going into the late game. Unfortunately, that means so little when you're up against both players at once. Ooh, decent Ghost snipes go out. Ultras will be destroyed, will be dealt with. Mutas throwing themselves away up against the Hydras. Thanks to the aid of the Terran, it looks like the Pink Zerg will be able to deal with this. The Ultras get on top of the Hydras, which is going to be good. Phoenix return just to throw themselves away. At this point, the Phoenix are no longer needed. They are not quite required at this point. The Mutas are gone, and nobody else is really building any air units. I mean, they could be helpful for lifting things, Go after the Ghost that's maybe dropping the nuke. It could just lift him and cancel it, like Viper abduct almost. But we're looking at everybody kind of settling into their late game style. I'm gonna say a hydration alert, guys. Take a drink. It's important to stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. More Phoenix are being made. Red, blue's making more Ultras, just adding it on. Total count, 12-9. Oh, well, they're about to even it up. It looks like 13-13. Nukes launched yet again. We have six Ghost Academies here. Well, where there's one, there's undoubtedly more. The probes will be pulled. Not a whole lot. Oh, this one was not. Probes, the panic all around here. Another one's going to be launched. Oh, this one just going after the Nexus. They're just launching nukes to cause chaos at this point. Which I think we can all agree. Pretty good decision. Not a terrible idea. Drones. Drones. Oh, he's fine. He sees it. Wait, why would you cancel? If the nuke's gonna kill it, you'll get your money back. The extractors, definitely. The hatchet would have survived. Probably would have been okay. Rest of Purple's Terran forces hitting the map here, going after that Nexus. The Zerg's going to clash with each other. who is more Ultra in this point in time. Who has more? They're dead even, 13 to 13. Pink's adding on a few more, but also losing a few more with their move command there. Where is the nuke? There it is. Couldn't even see the dot there. Long distance mining will be disrupted. Ultras make their way into the natural. And then decide to go after the third, fourth, maybe? Do they go for the planetary? They do go for the planetary. Terran not quite ready to pull those SCVs. Command center will be destroyed. Ultras holding the line against other Ultras. The pink Ultra skins actually making it a little difficult for me to see how many there are in total. Command center destroyed, lost. That Ultra hit squad moving around yet again, going after some of these outlying bases, which I agree is a good choice. Because at this point, you know, some of these inner bases, they're mined out. There's no need to really go after them. They will be successful. They will get that command center, and things are looking pretty good, I would say. Both teams doing fine still. I'm inclined to say I like team number 2's spot a little bit more. Their worker count, the pink worker count's struggling a little bit. But pink also is really only struggling with gas. If they were to switch into Zerglings, they would be plenty fine. Do you have Adrenal? No. You don't even have Ling Speed. What? How do you not get Ling Speed in this kind of game? Like, what's the point in holding off? Purple's looking to even the odds here, go after red base. We'll get the probes. Some of the probes. We'll definitely get the Nexus. Blue's Ultra's here to help out, here to respond. Snipe! Oh god, the Phoenix. Here's why we kept making Phoenix Indigos. We go after the Medivacs, so then the Ultras can deal with the bio much more easily. It's a rather impressive ghost count, my Maru flavored friend here. 25 ghosts, 6 nukes at the ready. Pink's Ultras late to the party, but we still appreciate their support. Carriers are arriving. Wow, that is it. Speedy Rogue here, the red Protoss, their only hope is going to be these carriers. They're down to 50 probes and nothing else. The Phoenix were lost. Forces are thrown away. What are the odds, you think, they can actually pull this off? And I make a planetary fortress next to... Holy Ultra! 19 Ultras. They both just decided to have an Ultra off, I guess. Well, that's not going to work out. Oh, terrible spot for the blue, definitely. Retreat a little bit. Well, that's not really a whole lot better. Yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. The Ultras having a competition, seeing who can actually get a better arc, a better surround, and things are looking fantastic for Pink, even excluding the fact that they had their Terran ally to help out. The positioning was just in their favor. They will win the battle. 14 Ultras remain. 35 Ghosts? Okay then. Ghost only challenge when, apparently. Ultras not going to be able to deal with the carriers, but and many of you may know from watching my carrier video, the carrier doesn't exactly deal with Ultras very well either. Like throwing bees at a bear, I suppose. The Ultras, they could just ignore it, just keep on moving. The Ghosts can deal with the carriers, can even deal with the interceptors here. The Hydras, not going to work out too well. Nukes will be launched yet again as a GG is called. Blue taps out, which means their drones are going to pay the real price here. Oh no. Oh, you guys didn't even get to see it there. Well, there's no more drones, so just consider that the win there. All players have tapped out. GG has been called. Victory goes to team number 2 here, which we're going to have to relabel as Team Ultra Ghost. Well done, all 4 of you involved. I do know all 4 of you kind of the same team, same viewership. I have dealt with all 4 of you, so magnificently played. Well done indeed. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.